double up, double up. Yeah. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wait. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Guess what I make? That's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff is silent. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mix is drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Mentally feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Held steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state. Make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switch up from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't confirmate, hit the bank, run your way. What you used to, and I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in for the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try in my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round, round, swerves. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Overpaying now, see the rail.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane. We're taking a look at the charts tonight on a Sunday evening. Got a little screen of red bubbles behind me here. Man, hey, Tal looks at an interesting price there. I kind of like that one. Put that one on my list to take a look at tonight. Coming in at 352. I was looking about 370, 380, I think. Maybe 360. See where she might be going now. I like Tal. Welcome everybody to the show. We're going to check out the news here in just a minute and try to figure out what Bitcoin's going over. We're going over the weekly candle close and seeing what we got. Seeing how much damage that might have taken. We had a little down, a little up, a little sideways. Kind of a lackluster weekend. The wheattail did not come in tonight. I just did it again. The retail. The rain in Spain lies mainly. The retail did not show up this weekend, so it's always something I'm looking for on the weekends because I see signs of that. That gives me hopes for a nice week. We got a week of volatility coming up with a lot of announcements coming through the Fed, so I'd say a lot of what we're seeing is a little bit in anticipation of all that juicy bits, and let's see if we can kind of pull that up. There's a way to do that. Events right here. I got them turned off because it bugs the crap out of me to see them on my screen, but what was that? Yeah, let's don't do that. What was that? Are you not showing them to me? Oh, well. Anyway, we will go on. But we do have, I think, CPI data coming out this week. Seems like Tuesday and Wednesday off the top of my head. You can go to Forex Factory. That's a good site to go. We may do that here in just a minute just to check up on that. Right now, we need to get over and check out what's going on with small coins because I got small coin news. Today in crypto, ladies and gentlemen, the release of CPI data is scheduled for May 15th. Bounce Mint will launch its mainnet and list on Binance on May 13th. There's a possibility that a new Binance mega drop project will be announced. News from BNB there. Coinbase Futures will list Jupiter, Tensor, and Jito perpetual futures on May 16th. AEVO $1.1 billion worth of AEVO will be unlocked on May 15th. Will the number go down? ARB has announced the launch of Deer at Deer Dyer, the first fully on-chain game on May 15th. Bounce will launch a Bounce M&A at 1 a.m. UTC on May 14th. Creo Engine has announced a joint venture with Striker Games headquarters. Liquidity has announced that the version 2 white paper will be released this week. Mode Network released staking version 2 this week. 4-3 Network has announced that Incentive Season 2 will launch this week. And News for Strax has announced that the first DeFi bridge for utilizing stablecoins on the Stratus chain will be available when? This week? This week. OpenAI has announced a live stream for 10 a.m. Pacific time on May 13th to demo updates to ChatGPT and GPT-4. WLD token might be affected there. Let's get on back to the sweet spot in crypto. Thank you for hanging out with me.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, you need to keep your coins off exchanges as much as you can. One thing that you do need for this cycle, you need multiple exchanges because you have to dance around a little bit just to get the coins or get liquidity out, get coins out to places that you can find them. And then there's this also the KYC game that keeps playing around. So having some exchanges lined up and also some wallets. Now, a couple I'd like to mention your way really quick is the SecuX W20, one that I personally have right there. Links are in the description below, and also Tangem Wallet. Works with my smartphone. Safe, secure. I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. It's just so convenient to use with my phone. The code word DAWG will save you 10% off on your purchase. Used to, it would give me a total there. Let's move on now. And let's start checking out what's going on with Bitcoin on this week, man. We're looking at this weekly close here. You know, we'll run through it a little quickly here. Spend not too much time. Got a nice little bearish engulfing candle that just kind of sucked this little guy up a little bit. Not the greatest sign that we want. We had that nice big buy wick, all that buy pressure coming up, and didn't quite get as much here. And now we're starting our little candle in the red. That means we're headed down as we speak at the moment. But we've been talking about this for a while. Here on the weekly, we're sandwiched running between the 9 moving average, which is currently coming in at $65,300-ish, and this 21 moving average, which is hanging around $57,000. Now, losing the 9 moving average, I'm automatically looking headed back toward the 21, which is what we're kind of doing. Doesn't mean that we have to necessarily touch it here on the weekly time frame, though. But there is also a good chance. There's even a nice little area down here around 52. A lot of people are talking about last point of support there. So we got this trend line. This bottom doesn't show up as well here on the weekly, but we'll see that a little bit later. But I'm looking at the bottom of that trend line, wherever price might actually reach it, and that could be somewhere around 55 or 54 if we decide to go down that way. To come down to this area, we'll be breaking this trend line, and I don't want to see that happen at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be some bad news. Just breaking this 21 will be bad news for me, because immediately I'm going to have to start looking at the 50, which is saying around 42. Now, that just sounds crazy. It's too early to start talking this bearish. These are things that definitely could happen. Technically, we could come down anywhere above 44 and make a lower, a higher low there and still be bullish. I don't like talking about it because it sucks, but the thicker that this Ichimoku cloud gets with me, and the more level or down or bigger that this cloud gets, I'll start talking more about that crazy stuff about those areas, because she's kind of pointing out about 49, but we're not seeing it just yet. Let's take a look at some of these indicators here on the weekly. What I do like to see is that stochastics are down here at the bottom. Now, they can stay there while price just continues to plummet to the downside. So that don't mean that we're ready to pop back up to the upside just yet. But when we start pointing back up, that is a good sign. Usually on your normal stochastics, I've got it included in on VMC market, free version of Market Cipher. If you don't have Market Cipher, you're saying, gosh, I wish I had that, but I couldn't afford it. Well, there is a free version over on TradingView called VMC Cipher B and also Cipher A over there if you go look for it. Now, sometimes stochastics do come down and they bounce just like they did right there. Sometimes they come down and they stay there for a while, and that might be what we got going on right here. Stochastics being this little line right here on volley. Normally on the regular stochastics, if you're below the 30 cent or is 20% area and then bounce back above it, that is considered traditionally to be a buy signal for stochastics. We're not in that area right now on this bigger time frame on the weekly, though. I'm just trying to get back to my chart, people. Thank you. There we go. Now, RSI seems to be hanging out. What are you hanging out at, RSI? 62. We're okay there. That's not horrible. There is a lower low on RSI, and there is a higher low here. So we are forming a little bit of bearish divergence. The only thing is, this is that hidden kind of bearish divergence, and it's not the most solid kind. I mean, it's cool, but it's weaker than the regular kind, and we like the regular kind because a lot of times the regular kind of divergence signifies a trend change. This one means, well, the overall trend of up should continue, but I'm just not going to totally declare where that stopping point's going to be. So wherever we find support and start bouncing, it's just easy to negate that bullish divergence is what I'm trying to say. Because price can keep coming down and this line can keep coming down as well. And eventually at some point, hidden bearish divergence or bullish divergence can be negated. Right now we got it, and it just suggests that at some point, if we do find support, our overall trend to the upside, because we're bullish, should continue. Man, what are you trying to do to me? Please let my microphone be on. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I should have done this right off the get-go, and I did not. I'm gonna get my chat out here. So we got Rising Sun, Brackets Adventures. Good to see you guys. Jamie Paycheck's in the house. Crypto 420. Glad to have you guys hanging out here with me tonight. So if you're looking for trade setups going to make you some money, I probably won't see any unless we see some shorting opportunities, but I'm not even convinced we're going to have the shorting opportunities. Right now, I'm looking for a week of chop, which is good. I don't want to go through it because I'm in some spot margin positions. That means I've got to make sure that everything's cool, that we can withhandle this little storm. Every time that they do the CPI stuff, I mean, we're coming in just like what happened around April 15th, right? You need to get to where are we at? April 15th, May 15th. They do it about the same time, usually about every month, and maybe they did or didn't. You usually see them, the market makers, just have fun those weeks. And they do something that I call a heartbeat pattern. And that's just where it flushes out the longs and the shorts. And well, it's kind of like this over here. Sometimes it just looks like heartbeat pattern. Come up and then brush everybody out. But a wick to the up and a wick to the downside, or up going up and then flushing everybody out. That was not too terrible. This was this looks like it was one on a smaller time frame. But expect a lot of that stuff to happen. And the warning that I'm giving just for everybody in crypto is to remember, man, Bitcoin is scarce right now, meaning that there's little bit of it on the exchange, not much of it out there. This is going to help increase our volatility with Bitcoin, a little bit more reminiscence of 2013 and that time than some of these later cycles. If the liquidity is not on the exchange, we're after the halving, we're getting scarce. One concern that I do have is at some point, I'm not going to trust putting my Bitcoin on exchanges like I've got it over there backing up my spot margin. I anticipate that at some point you're going to see where it's going to be hard to get your Bitcoin off exchanges because the low liquidity is not there. And that maybe eventually you may see some exchanges doing like that ETF thing. Like you can trade Bitcoin here, but you can't get it off the exchange. I can see us headed there I'm everybody in the mama's country is going to be starting to look into Bitcoin, all the big companies and everything. That's going to suck up a lot of this. I'm starting to feel nervous about that because I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep my Bitcoin over there now. Imagine that you go through and then you can't get it off. You got to go through certain steps or this step or that step. And it's a pain in the ass to get your Bitcoin off. That's not right because they will be trying to cling it to it at some point in the game. Well, I got off on a little tangent there, but I wanted to share that idea. I want to flip you over to my regular candles here. I use the Heikin-Ashi. It takes all the noise out. It takes a lot of the noise out. And I'm over here on the 4 hour. Now, I see Bitcoin's above the 9 moving average, so we're good there. We're just like in the middle of this cloud. And if you can see, I like the cloud. If you look at the cloud, man, notice when price gets around anywhere. Let's just look. It gets around this. Can we see this? Price touches the green cloud, man. Green cloud sucks it in, spits it out on the bottom. Price touches the red cloud from underneath. It likes to just shoot it out on top. So price touches the green cloud again, likes to spit it out on the bottom. Here we kind of came in through the middle, but touching red, spitting up, throwing us down in the green, spitting us up in the red, throwing us down in the green, spitting us up in the red. What do you think it's going to do here in the green? On top of that, I've got this little moving average right there. That little devil right there is just begging for us to come back down and talk to her. She's just sitting there waiting. But I'm really noticing this 800 moving average right there, and that's coming out 56. That's a big one, especially on this time frame too. These offer some areas that we might find some support, and I hope that we do. while moving averages are different from your horizontal support, diagonal support, they act as a form of support. And so when price comes back to the same place that it was 666 candles ago, well, we came full circle. We got to figure out what we're going to do. And if we stay on the upside, we're good. If we stay to the downside of it, well, that's just giving us a bearish sign that the momentum is headed to the downside. A little anyway. So we want to stay above every moving average that we possibly can. My little system just kind of helps me gauge momentum just by what ones are above which others and how they're acting with each other right now. Bigger moving average are still up and to the right, and our smaller ones, including the 200, well, they're getting a little janky on the moment. I would consider this more important on the bigger time frame than the 4 hour, though. Personally, I am still holding out for the idea, this trend line right here. She got some weakness there and there, but she's respected and she is above it. And in my opinion, I think there's a good chance that this has become a lower high. And I know people are loving to throw this out as a shoulder, head and shoulders and stuff like that. I'm a little picky on that, and I'm not seeing that because I don't have a solid neckline here. Even if you do a diagonal one, I'm still kind of, but anyway, why don't we just look at it this way, man? We got a low, we got a higher low. That's all we need. Now we just need to get a higher high, and I don't care if it's a head and shoulders or not. I'm not going to, we got to break out of this trend line, retest of it. We should be coming to the upside when we look at it from this way. That actually looks good for a move to the upside, but it's not going to be great. And I got it drawn up here, right? But I don't even see it going up quite that far just yet. She gonna be struggling this week, man. What I'm trying to tell you, she's gonna be struggling, but I see it having a possible positive turn here. And I would like to see us get up to about 64,000. That would be awesome. Can you do that from a Bitcoin? Can you? And she may come down and start doing all this stuff. My personal opinion is they just want to flush us out of this market and guess I'll get Bitcoin. One other scenario that I am watching. Well, actually, there's two that I was watching. I was watching the channel. We broke back in it. And until we get past this line here and make this into a possible bear trap scenario, well, that idea's gone. So I'm having to watch bearish for that, right? The other situation I'm looking at is the sell zone and buy zone, being this identifying, a wipe-off range, a reaccumulation range possibly, where we might just start reaccumulating, or this is our reaccumulation and we might start making our way to the upside. That's looking possible to me too. I like that one, so I'm playing that too. My line's in the sand, man. We start coming down too much, well, then I'm going to start be looking for these lower numbers. Right now, I'm seeing a possibility this week might be a little bump. What the hell does that mean? What's bumpy bump bump? I think that Monday and Tuesday, they may want to try to fake us out and get us scared, but then bring us back up to this, I don't know, $64,000 area. Now, it doesn't get us out of the woods, but it does at least get us a little bit closer to this thickening Ichimoku cloud, which, may be third week of May before we kind of make it over there to start touching it. Now, we could go sideways for, another week or so. That might be good for altcoins, though, and that's what we need to take a look at. One other thing that I found interesting, now this was the, we talked about all the announcements coming up and the stock market will be affected and everything, right? And I'm curious to see how S&P, this is the S&P 500 right here. If this week, if it gets above, makes a new high here and kind of holds that, I'm looking for a big, strong move coming from S&P. If that happens on the S&P, that's also going to flow over to crypto and help out Bitcoin. However, if the news that we're coming out with, the data, the Fed news and all that stuff, if we start seeing a reversal here, then, well, we're likely to have a double top there. And, no bueno. I see it. But a bounce off this 236 fib level, if we can pull that off, get a higher high, oh man, that could be bullish as all get out for everything. I would like to see that. S&P 100 is S&P 500 futures index, I believe. And then over here, I've got total 3 thrown up, and man, we've been struggling in this range for a lot. What I can say is that there is a lot of buy pressure coming in from these altcoins, so people are buying them. There is money coming in. People trying to establish positions is my take on it. But we could still lose them another 20 billion. But I've been really pleasantly surprised. I would have expected that mostly this weekend. Like if somebody's really trying to get in really good. We may see it as a side effect from Bitcoin if Bitcoin decides to take a dump this week. And altcoins take a dump too, but it looks like they're really trying to hold this level right here, about $635 billion for support. And let's just hope and pray that it does, because it looks like people are starting to come back into Tether. Tether dominance is increasing, but now is that people coming in selling Bitcoin or altcoins to get into Tether, or are we making a new Tether? It's my chat. How's it going, man? Put the wrong box down. There's Angel's guest list. Glad to have you here, man. Hey, Mr. Miles, you're not muted. Woo! And Crypto Rhino. Guys, check out Crypto Rhino. Crypto Rhino was, he's been over on TikTok for a long time. Now, I talked to him a while back, and he's talking about coming over to YouTube, and now he is. He's finally got some videos out. He's already blasting past me, and I've been doing this for two years. My channel's only 1,300 people. I'm no big YouTuber, but let's give him a shout out. Crypto Rhino. You can find him over on TikTok, and now we're here on YouTube. And there I am, subscribed to his channel. And he had some videos out, I think about some strategies. Oh, here we go. Make sure I've got all right here. So we got some shorts over there, some videos over here. So, oh, you've done, okay, now make sure I got the right one here. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, I didn't click it. That's what it is. So we got our videos up there. Give it a check out. Double your money with Binance. He's got a little strategy. He's noticed. Check it out, man. Notices something with these IDOs when they happen and what happens after. It gives you a little strategy you can go in at certain times when you see what he's talking about and might get a double up. Check it out, man. He's got some alpha he wants to share with the world. Glad to see you here, man. Glad to have you here, Mr. Rhino. Oh, Mr. Miles says no bears allowed. All right, so interesting week ahead for Bitcoin and crypto. Honestly, I mean, my personal feelings does not matter at all. But I am looking for a range. I just can't rule out the possibility that we're coming down here. So what I'm doing, I'm just safeguarding. I'm not doing anything crazy. I got a few little trades out there, but most of them, I see. Most of them, I'm kind of looking at just trying to find a way to get out of, really. Unless we really start doing something a little bit more bullish. I'm de-risking on some of them when I can. Even some of my perpetual future trades I've got out there. Spot, I'm just hanging out, baby. Just hanging out. And now let's take a look at some of these juicy altcoins. Tau looks interesting to me. How cheap can she go? Can you get cheaper, Tau? You going cheaper, or is this good? Ooh. Where are we at? The daily? She getting cheaper. Damn, I didn't want to see that. There might be a stronger pump coming here. Might she make it down here? This is a 360 moving average. She does come into play a lot. I can't guarantee that it'll come into play here, but she looks like she might be lining up with something. What have we got going on, man? So they stay in a pattern until that one day when they don't. And well, here we are now. We lost the 200 daily moving average. That's not so cool. I mean, what's really got me kind of spooked here? Not spooked, but just kind of not bullish, is that my 9 and my 21 moving average are getting ready to cross over that 200 moving average. That's going to be a little push to the downside there. And we're below the 9, of course. Basically, you want to just, I mean, really, to play this right, if you wait, if you will look at the daily chart and this 9 moving average, and if you will just wait until you start popping a candle above it, that can help. That on the daily, and then start maybe looking at your lower time frames, the 4 and everything. But you want to see it on the daily for good. And usually when you have a candle that closes above the daily 9 moving average on the daily, you're probably going to get another one, and then maybe another one, and then that trend might continue and actually turn into a run. And then before you know it, you look like a freaking genius, and you're in the green. And that is actually, for a trade setup, like for this pattern, that is actually one of my triggers. A trigger tells me to, yeah, go ahead, jump in the trade. So I start looking for triggers, and I look for 1 or 2 or whatever. But if I'm like at the bottom of the pattern, price gets above the 9, we close the that's a buy signal for me, people. 9 moving average is your friend, and it will definitely help you stay in the heat of the momentum. And now she's starting to push down here. We're below it. So I'm not going to feel confident saying, hey, man, this is where you need to jump in the tower until she breaks above the 9. Then we kind of got it almost a confirmation. Now, sometimes she can break above the 9 and then break back low. We're not talking about that. Your other moving averages would have gave you a hint. Hey, man, 21's crossing this. That's bearish. You got some other guys out here to kind of help you out. Let's see what else we got going on, man. You got anything good coming on for Tau? Let's find a target where she can actually come down to. So 886 is also coming in here with that area, so that's interesting. That was just from this leg there. We'll take it from the bottom here, and that is giving us 618 from this low to this high. Gives us 618 here. That's interesting. We got to mark it. Got to mark a 618 every time because they're noteworthy. If there's any place that we might possibly bounce, that would be a good. That's where we might just fall through it too. So where is that? 340 to 318, and maybe down to, oh man, 249. Let me look and see what we got going on here. I can't get too bearish because we still got some higher moving averages. I mean, look, 360, 200, 100 moving average. The momentum is up and to the right. This is just a side trip, right? This is us going on a side road. I wouldn't be surprised if the 618 is the place to look. 318. I feel like I should do 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me just a minute to look at Tau. You go with ABC. Oh, golly. Dang. Elliott bearish is all get out. Bearish is looking at $216 and $48. Elliott thinks we're going through an ABC correction right here, going to take us down to $216. I'm not that bearish, but I mean, take notes if you want. That's what Elliott says. I'm not sold, Elliot. I'm not sold. All right, I'm gonna just. It's about to get all detailed into this, but I'm like, oh, we got lots more coins to go over. Check it with the chat here. See what you guys are doing. JP Paycheck says, can you check on AI Tech for me, please? I sure can. AI Tech. Is this the one on BNB, right? I think I have some of this. And we got it at BitGet. Let's see what that chart looks like here. So she had her big parabolic move, and then now, oh man, I hate it when they do this. And then here's the problem. Here's the problem, man, because whoops. when you get that move and they go parabolic like that and just go crazy, right? And you're looking at the breakout here. We were talking, or anytime you see me on a pattern, we break out of a bearish pattern to the upside. I'm looking for parabolic, and there we go. The only bad thing is that after that, the psychology, man, it takes a long time to realize it's best just to walk away from those. It's hard to, seriously, if you would walk away after you get those parabolic moves, most of, or, you know, take the majority of your profit if you're still, you know, trying to hold a little bit. The majority of the time, if you just leave it alone for a while, it'll come down, settle down, and then you can get back in, and you don't have to worry about all this stuff. Because the problem is that after, when we're up here, we're like, okay, but we can bounce. Okay, we can bounce here. We can come back. But usually, I mean, unless there's signs that it is going to continue, and there's I like the idea, if like a rule, if you lose the 9 of the moving average on one of those parabolic moves, that's a good sign too. Usually I draw a trend line to help me figure it out, but it's hard to overcome that psychology, because even then you're thinking, oh, this coin is hot, whatever it is. When it's parabolic, everybody's talking about it. It's hot, and it's hot. And the first dip, everybody's like, oh, we can buy it cheaper now. We can buy it cheaper now. And then, yeah, then the hype runs out. Everybody forgets about it. And then you're back down here in reaccumulation until, you know, you're ready to break out and do it again. So that's where we are now. We're just kind of sitting around. And with trading and investing and everything, you can know what you need to do and just do not do it. Because the sentiment is just different. It will mess with your head when you're in these situations like that. You're like, I don't want to, or I want to go buy. Let's start buying it on the dips. Buy the dips now. And it's just, I've just found that it's just usually not the good thing to do. I always say, man, parabolic move, then expect some down and sideways for a while. And that's usually what happens. And now we're basically about in the middle of it. So we might be starting to see where we're starting to come out. So if you are just now starting to get into this one, we might be in some nice little areas here. I'm going to clean this one up, clean this chart up. I've got my bigger moving averages in here. I'm going to take them off, but since I've got them on here, let me talk about 800 moving average, which we seem to be respecting. We lost the 666 moving average there, Lucy. But notice how they're lined up, and I like that. I like the 600 being over the 800. That's a good sign. Now these other ones the 200 crosses it. I'm going to have to look at it a little bit, but the 300, you know, these are some big moving averages, and they're all saying pretty much up and to the right. 300 is kind of getting a little droopy on me, but we should be rounding out here and kind of getting a bottom. So basically anywhere right around here, what area is this? The 15, 16 cent area. Probably a good accumulation area for that. And let's see what the overall chart can tell us here. Lost to 618. All right, so if we lost that, we need to pay attention to this one. So if we lose this support right here, we'd be coming down to the next one, which is right under this little flaggy looking thing over here. Retest that bottom. That could happen. Could be looking at, what is that? 11.6 cents. So that might be, And if we are doing a rounding, kind of a bottom shape here, kind of a bowl, kind of a scallop, you could expect it to wick down here into some of these, and those would be it's a good little area to kind of pyramid in some limit orders if you are really, really interested in this project. In my opinion, that's how I would be looking at it. But down and sideways, she's going to be sideways, and she's not going to be fun for a while. So you may have some missed opportunity costs if you're still in profit. I mean, I don't know. You got some options on how you want to do this, and you may just want to ride it out until she gets through this. And this one may take it a couple of months. I mean, just throwing it out there. And this is not the only one. We'll see several coins like this. But once she gets out of this area, then we can start looking. Maybe 60 cents would be. We got 50 cent here, and then 55 to 60 cents. Those are higher high, or even higher. Once we do get a bounce from that area. Mr. Miles, quick guesstimation. How many coins are you holding? Too damn many. I know I have too many. That's one of my problems. But I came into this market knowing that I'm a coinaholic. I'm a junkie. I'm a coin junkie. I know that. So I limit myself to certain accounts that I can do that. So, but even on my wallets, I got too many, to be honest with you. Too many, and I'm not proud of it. And there's on one idea, you got the idea is you can shotgun a bunch of them, and then you're catching a bunch, and you're going to get some winners. But the second, the bad part is that you have a lot of opportunity costs as miss bust. You just can't manage it that well. And you'll get caught into where you don't have any dry funds. That's what I've found, because you're not stacking up the dry powder for the real juicy deals that do come, that you could make some really, bigger buys at a better price with the dry powder you've been stacking up. But instead, it's kind of trickled off into all these other little altcoins. I did that last cycle, and I'm trying my best not to let that happen. But that's why it can't happen. So I'm not for it. And I'm not the only one out there that's got crap tons of coins, but it's not healthy. I'm actually weeding them down. I'm narrowing them down. Tangem. I probably have more on my Tangem than I actually need there too. But I do have I've got my holder, my biggest bags and everything, they're packed into Bitcoin. That contains the majority of my holdings are in Bitcoin. At least about, gosh, I don't know, it fluctuates, man, 60-70% at least. Probably at least 60% in Bitcoin. The rest of it I got in altcoins. But yeah, I'm not a proponent. I would never tell somebody just go out and buy all the damn altcoins that we talk about. Some of it's a bad habit I picked up in the trading group because, well, they would throw out 20 charts a day, and you're like, okay. Well, if you're new to the game, this is what it is. You can pick up a bad habit. I'm not going to blame it on them, but I'm just saying it's possible, and not to say other people have done this too. It didn't help me not to get in the habit, I'll say that. But you got 20 different setups, and they may pay out, they may not play out. Sometimes there's a little pressure, I believe, on the trading groups to kind of just get a chart out there to appease them. Doesn't matter if it plays out or not, or may not be a greatest one. May not be the greatest day to put a chart out, but the chart will go out. And it's on you if you decide to play. But if you're new to the game, you're just jumping in everything, and then you're like, well, you're not managing it because you don't know how. Then you end up like, I've got 20 bags of coins, and I don't know. Some of them are up and some of them are down.
You've been running my show way more efficient than I ever did.
And then, I'm like, oh, I joined this so that I could nail this market. And immediately I've got bags and bags of coins that some of them I don't even like and don't even want. So as a newbie, and especially as a newbie joining groups, you can fall into the little traps like that. And it's, I kind of recommend against that. I would love it if I just had no more than, oh man, it would be hard too, 10 to 15. And some people would say that's sizable. Some people say you can't manage more than 5 really effectively. I kind of disagree with that because, well, I think it depends on how much time that you have available to do it, but 5's not hard to manage, but gosh darn it. So I am trying to determine which ones I want to cut. But I know that as soon as I decide that I'm going to cut one, it's going to be the one that rips to the sky. And I'm going to be, you suck, Crow Dog. Because it just wouldn't be crypto if that didn't happen. It just wouldn't be crypto. Bitch Mouse says too many. I am sure that I do. I have way too many. I'll admit that. And it's not good. Striker says XRP whooping me right now. You trading on futures? What the hell? I'm on market cap. But Mr. Miles, I do have a nice growing bag of Caspa. And I think that's what's really important, don't you? And I got my 2 little Casper miners. I don't have one of the big ones yet, but I'm thinking about it.
I stand out from the rest, no contest. I've been the man, I am him. Only fear God with the fear God I'm in. Been blessed, prayed up, amen.
I plan on getting back into some mining here. All right, XRP, man. Whew, 40 cents on the radar could be happening there. She lost that twice. Lost it, got rejected twice. At that 50, was that 54 cent? So let's see what we got. 4 hour. 360 crossing over the 800. The 660's below that. 200's already blasted through them. On the 4 hour, 50 moving average is doing a U-turn here, not even trying to cross over the 200. It's got its chance to go bullish right now, and it hasn't done it. It could still flip though, so it could fake out. But this is suggesting that, yeah, probably some more downside there. What's the bigger time frame say? Lucy is below the 800. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she needs. Listen, you got the devil right here. She will fake you out if she can, so. She may flip the script and send the price back up one more time because that's how she is. I'm telling you, man. You put that moving average on your chart and you'll start thinking about it when you'll think about it different. You'll say, hey man, that one does come into play a lot. Let's do some speed rounds here, shall we? I'm going to start out with DCR, which is one of my dark horses. It's disappointing me right now, coming back into a nice little area where, my gosh, I might even buy some more. Well, I'm not liking this. I've got the 600. I didn't seen this before on this chart. 600 under the 800. It's not horrible. It just means, man, she's going to have a lot of. She's going to have a lot of therapy before she finally gets out for her accumulation zones, is what it's looking like. I need that to flip, and that's on a bigger time frame, dude. She's flipped it on the 4 hour, so that's cool. Man, they're going to run the prices down. Are you coming back down to, well, looks like DCR is going to get cheap again. I'm just holding it. I haven't taken profits on it or anything. She did get up to 32. I like this one personally. I'm hoping that I see some similar results that I saw last cycle when she was hanging around $12. And then she decided to go up, you know, around 40, come back down to around 24, and then she went like to 200 and something. So I would like to see very much something like that again. I have noticed that they put out some news about having a DEX. They're going to have a DEX on this. It's a proof of work, proof of stake hybrid. So it's kind of an interesting project, but it's not new. It's been out for a little while. Just one of mine. Doesn't mean it has to be one of yours. We got AGIX dumping down to the double topped up here at 146. I got out of AGIX, and I was planning on holding this one for the whole market, but we got the news of what is it? Is the AGI token? And it's not AGI. ASI, whatever token they're turning over to with Fetch. They started doing all that, and I'm just like, oh, that just convolutes the whole game right there. Yeah, I think it's best just to get out while you can before she starts dumping down. It's going to freak people out. People aren't going to take that too good. And sure enough, we got some sell pressure from there. She even dropped down to 62 cents from up there. Wow. So AGIX, I wouldn't doubt she comes back and retests that 68 cent area. Here we got Doge coming down a little bit too. Oh, you didn't touch my 23 cents. You suck, Doge.
Oh, you suck, Road Dog.
hitting nail me target. Makes me look bad. Shoot, gosh darn it. She got real close, didn't she? 22 cents versus 23 cents. I ain't gonna beat myself over that. If you do look at things, if you do seriously beat yourself up over stuff like that, man, don't. I just get around about it. Used to, I think I think I just kept asking, why would I miss it? Why would I miss it? And I learned to tighten up my stuff a little bit. And maybe I need to go back and check that out. Sometimes I like to do that. Either I was sloppy or there was hellacious sell pressure there. And either way, we know this is really a zone. It's like a big old fluffy cloud of numbers that you'd be pushing there. Let's see what we got here. Doge, 200 moving average coming in down here at 11.5 cents. Might be going to test that little guy. That sucks. Rune is under $6 again at, I'm on the weekly time frame. Let's get on something here. I need to turn these bigger moving averages off. Cluttering my screen there. $600 was under the 800 on that one too. Prices regained the 200 moving average, so that's good. It's a nice little start. Might be a little W. Might have bottomed out there. I would hope so. So next place we need to see Rune get to, maybe as a target or not, is 690. I want to see you get back over here to 864 though, Rune. Litecoin coming down, looks like. Litecoin on the daily stuck between the 100 and the 200. That means she's probably coming back to the 200. At least one more time, or maybe busting through. Could be either one of those. If she busts through, we look at 65 again. Solana's at 140. Oh, that must be making some people nervous. Probably wish they took profit up there when it's 200. Flirting with my trend line, including these wicks here, and we got three nice. Look how this, it's almost like a comb, the way that they come down even there. So that lines up real nice, and we seem to be floating right on top of that. So moving averages look good, 200, 150. I'm on the daily, all up and to the right. So I'm cool with that. We might wick down. There might be a wick down. That would suck. Don't really like that. She's done it before, but it looks like she's really trying to hold this area. Might you come down to 128, wick down and wick back up? Maybe. She might be doing an inverted head and shoulder reversal pattern. That would be awesome. That might be getting us back up toward 200. I'd like to see us hold this trend line, and then we could be working on, you know, this megaphone pattern. It seems to be holding up pretty darn well. We'll go from this candle body there to this candle body. And if we can touch it one more time, that would be awesome. Or even if we can just make it back up to $200, that would be pretty cool. Indicators are looking like they're getting a little bit tired here, and MACD wants to flip over a little bit bearish. Not confirmed yet, but she's a little bit to the tired side there. Stochastics are coming a little bit down. Moving toward the downside. Biggest thing is money flow is in the red, so she might do the 128 something, but still overall, man, the move is still up and to the right. Let me check a bigger time frame just to see if we got any other. Man, all that looks good to me. Sandwich on the weekly between the 9 and the 21 there, and 21 being right around our target there that we had. Money flow still in the green there. Well, that's a lot cool though. Same thing we got on Bitcoin going on the weekly too. So there was Just a wee little bit of rounding going on right here. Looks like it's still too early to tell on the weekly, but it looks like there might be. Maybe too early to tell on that. Oh, maybe. Got a little lighter candle there. That kind of indicates maybe we're close to our bottom area here. DOT's hanging around 650 as he has done many times before in the past. Man, I still have not moonbagged my DOT because I think my average price is somewhere around $5. So, or 5.5. I don't know. I should have. You better do something really good this time, DOT, because gosh darn it, it's been hard playing you, man. It's been hard being patient with you, DOT. I need to see something phenomenal out of you. Bitcoin Cash is hanging out at 425. If she could make it back up to $600-700, well, that would be très cool. Looks like a possibility for coming back down to 311 though. XRP, we already looked at that one earlier, right? But so looking at 46 cents there. BNB's looking kind of interesting. Look at that little flag we got there. Just a little scallopy pattern and the flag. Hey, look, this is a form of what we call a scallop. I put some information on this out over in the Telegram group. If you go over to student chart area, I've got some information over there because gosh darn it, if you know something, it might help you out a little bit. How to trade this. I mean, a scallop's different from the cup and handle, or my gosh, somebody's trying to name an ascended cup and handle. But, you know, might learn a little something there to help you. It was interesting to know that Thomas Bukowski noted that usually when these guys take off and go up, and then they a lot of times are turned right back down. He printed out something. It was something new that he printed out with the cup and handle section. I just noticed it. It's fairly recent. It's over on thepattersite.com. Right now we're holding the 9-moving average here on the 5-day. Go figure that out. Right, and we're in accumulation here. Notice how the moving averages, they're all starting to come up. 9, the 21, the 50 made it up there, and they just kind of hang out until one of these comes up there, and then it flips them either up or to the downside. And they don't just hang out. One of them comes up there and makes them make the decision. Usually it's a 200, but I'm not seeing that happen. The 100 might do it on this time frame. And then when you start going back to all the other time frames, you see that that's happened. It even happened on the 200 moving average here. What about bigger ones? What are they doing? Oh, and Lucy's now the 360's just got up there. Oh, well. So we're accumulating up here. And that might be a nice move if you want to play this as the flagger. Could take us up to 862 for BNB, and I ain't bitching about that. I like that. But if we lose these levels and she decides to do what might be a Bart Simpson, it's basically just a flag that breaks to the downside. Then they start looking. They start calling them Bart Simpsons. That's the worst Bart Simpson ever. ADA's coming in at 42 cents. That's not surprising. Look for a candle to close above the trend line for a possible parabolic move. Oh, put that back. What were we talking about? What the hell is this? Oh, listen, I would never put a stop loss that low. I don't even think that belongs there. Alright, I have no idea what I was looking. I don't know what point of time we were talking about that. That was parabolic. That was parabolic. I don't know. Cardano's hanging at 42 cents right now. Looking like she might be coming back down to test this area at 38. Well, that would suck. Then we got Q&T hanging around at $92, working on 88. Yeah, I know, or maybe possibly 77 again. Man, altcoins are just looking rough as hell right now, aren't they? Let's take a look at Total 3 again and see what she's doing right now. She's been dropping since we've been live, taking a dumpy dump here. Total 3 is just since we've... Yeah, in this past hour, we just lost $10 billion worth of altcoins. And Tether seems to be doing fine, and altcoins do not. It looks like we will be coming down with some altcoins. We seem to be losing these areas here, so a volatile week for crypto. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin dropped to 61. Oh man, you mean all them 15-minute cupping handles to the upside aren't going to play out? Aww. But he's I thought he's nailed it. To the upside, to the upside. I have found that if you follow price here on this 1 minute chart, man, and you make your calls here, I have found that people seem to think that that is just freaking amazing. Even if they don't play out. To the upside. Because then by the time 5 minutes rolls around, look at it on the 15, you can't even recognize that crap. Crazy. I'm a big proponent that you look at the bigger time frames to see what's going on. You find a time frame that you want to trade, and then you use a smaller time frame and snipe it. So if I were wanting to day trade, I would be kind of looking at the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, get my idea. That's where I would get my trade set up, and then I would snipe my entry on the 1 minute. Oh Bitcoin, what say ye? We got the 100 under the 200 here on the 36 minute. That's bearish. Ultimately, not good. It's just more weight to the downside than going to the upside, even though price is going up. This is a rising channel, and those are typically bearish, and they can be bear flags. And you got a measure move that... Now, it's just kind of elongated for a bear flag. That measure move could take us back down to this 58.8 area. Tis true, tis true. I'm interested in this. You guys see this? I see this shape a lot of times. Oh man, I can't even draw it on here. A lot of times I see them leveled out. You know, it's like that kind of like W looking thing, but I don't know. Every time I see that, I'm just amazed because I don't think I've seen anything actually, because they always look like the flying nun hat to me or something, or some kind of, and there ain't no flying nun pattern out there. But I mean, for patterns, I just zoom out anyway. But that's interesting. Usually I think I'm wanting to think that they may lean bullish. I'm looking that they probably do, but I'm gonna keep my eye on these just to kind of make mental notes for how these play out myself. Because sometimes you do that, and I'm sure that this could be explained as a harmonic and get the fibs out and they'll line up. And there's a trading method for that. I have not dug into quite as much yet. I think the fibs, I do well with the fibs as they are. I'm not against learning anything new, but sometimes you learn something and it's just not your stuff, you know? Bibbies talk to me though. Moving averages talk to me though. Trend lines talk to me. Hey, there's Haven. How's it going, Haven? And Sam. Sam, how low can Tau go? 311, 318? Yeah, I think it, what was it, 318 I said? I think it looked pretty good. I hate that it's getting back that low. Well, I mean, I hope it doesn't stay there, golly. There was a little FUD that came out with Tau, but I hadn't heard anything else about it. I buy one Dutch meme coin and I can't get one ad in English anymore. Oh man. Hey, the ads aren't too bad, are they? And Haven says, what is Helios, Road Dog? They have some model that is feeless. Can we look at it? Helios, take a look at it. Well, I don't know if we can look about anything about the coin. Oh, we're looking at a chart somewhere. Let's see. What's CoinGecko got it? Was it Helios Stakes? Helios. Helios. Was this like brand new or something? 15-minute chart. I just like to know what it is. They have some model that is feeless. Can we look at it? See what we find out about it. Helios Labs. Okay. I didn't recognize that as being a website. It's .dev. The best Solana's RPC, Solana's most loved RPC nodes, APIs, webhooks, and developer tooling. Full suite of Solana development tools, fine-tuned for high performance and reliability. With RPC nodes, RPC, I'm not familiar with that term. And we don't have Leo over here. Start for free. Stream Solana transactions and account changes with low latencies, robust fault tolerance, built-in event parsing. Stream data with Geyser plugins at the speed of Solana. So what is this pricing? Pay with fiat or crypto, $49 a month, $3.99 a month, $6.99 a month. Okay, so there's its use case, right? Or one use case, all right. You gotta tell me what RPC is. Solana scale represents, I'm not going to read all this, I'm just reading slow RPC nodes. The nodes are. That's going to drive me crazy until I find out what RPC is. I'll just circle it. Gosh darn it. Remote procedure call. And RPC nodes are servers that connect to blockchain networks. They act as interface between the network and applications. allowing developers to build software that interacts with the blockchain, includes retrieving data. So, okay, so we could have cool looking apps that tie into, or our apps can be a lot more, I guess, user friendly and maybe a level of sophistication to interact with the contracts. Okay, let's take a look at the, where did you go? Price is 6 zeros and a 9.8, just like a meme coin. How many tokens we got? The only thing is, I mean, it depends on what the use case for this is. And it looks like paying for their service or whatever. Oh, that's a valid use case. But I have to question, why don't these places, why does a business and a web business, because you're going to have to think about this. If blockchain and all this takes off and suddenly everybody wants to have their own coin, well, that's their problem now. Everybody wants to have their own coin when they could just use the network's coin. Like, why can't they just take Solana for what they want to do? Because they got to build a use case for a coin. So those are just questions that I ask myself. Market cap is 500. Is it 520? I don't know if that's million or if that's dollars. That's got to be billion, right? Because it can't be $526. Age 1 month old. Fully diluted valuation is 526.9 cents. That looks like dollars. Oh man. So this is like a way early thing with, so early that it could be a bad thing. So, and that's if I got the right one. Let me check, make sure I got the same way. Do you think ICP will go below 10? Maybe we can take a look at it. Let's see, we got Wix up to, okay, she can do some stuff, can't she? That was March. Oh, that's right. This thing is, I'm on the 1 minute. I've really got nothing much here to go for other than a Fibonacci is the best thing that I can give you. And ooh, look at that candle body close right there at the 236. The magics of the fibs. I would draw a fib from top to bottom, and I would limit each one of those out and front run it just a hair. If I were playing this and trying to catch some things, because man, I don't know. She might. That would be some quick profits anyway. Because that's, oh my God. What? That's a 10x up to there? What the hell am I looking at? Definitely early. Shoot, you could probably put $5 in this, and if it takes off, losing some zeros. People down here buying. I can't really give you I don't have enough information to really give you much input, Haven, man. Not at this point. Maybe we can give it a few days and see what we get in price action and find out a little bit more about what the project is. But I mean, it's definitely high risk, but you know, you got high risk and then you got high as hell reward at this point in the game. Or, you know, these kind of things, I think they're pretty cool to put a little bit in, not like a whole lot. I mean, like, I might go as if I would say about 250 or less would be where I would feel comfortable with it, and more than likely just probably about $50. To be honest with you, is probably what I would do, because I like to collect Degen coins, and that's how I get a bunch of them. Bad habit. I'm clearing them out though. I cleared a lot of them into stables, and that was good. I felt a lot better after I did that. On my Degen accounts. Let's take a look at ICP. Yeah, I really don't need this one to go back to $8. I'm looking at about 1122 and this area where this trend line is. Let's zoom out. So I guess we didn't ever make it up to 13 to touch the top of that trend line. So she was looking. She was looking bullish. Yeah, I guess she was looking bullish there for a little while because she was. One of these days I'll figure out how to do that little time thing. I've done it before, but I don't know how to do it right now. Where we can hide the candles and watch it play out. It looked like she was possibly trying to do an inverted head and shoulders here, right? I mean, it'd be all right if this is like a higher low that we got. We're maybe looking like it looked like it might be able to do. This could probably still do an Adam and Eve type shape, but a possibility of breaking out. Why would I put it over here? I don't know. But she never did break out, if she ever does. But that's the width of her channel there. If she breaks on the downside, that would suck. We'll just hide him over here. But we got a bigger trend line and then a bigger area here of support. And that support's what? Hanging out at 1077. So do I think it'll go below 10? I hope not. I really hope not. I do have, we got these areas down here. And she's in a weird, it's weird. It's kind of like we got two things going on at once, and that's okay. And so maybe that'll give us a little bit more reinforcement here. There's like three different lines that are converging together at this area that could give us some support. So I like that idea. Yeah, I'm actually trying to increase my bag of ICP over on spot margin. Oh man. You give me a 6. You give me a 6-1. Okay, let's clear some of this stuff off. Just to get prices off the screen. So I'm getting a 618 for this whole move coming in at 981. So it's likely that there might even if it's just a wick. If it comes down here, I would like to see just a wick and close a candle above here. I don't want to see price start trading candles underneath that line. Because if we do, then well, it's 981. I'm looking at 682 and some of these other areas. Is there anything for support over here? Looking to the left for support at that. Oh my gosh. Back that up. Yeah, that's a support area. So every time I draw on the fib, I'm always looking to the left too and seeing if I can see some support to kind of give me a little confluence from those fib areas. And usually you will find it. But it's just always a good habit to do. You don't just blindly go in. But sometimes when you're price discovery and pull the fibs out, you just got to roll with it. Be confident enough what you've learned, how the fibs work, that they'll give you an accurate price prediction or one profitable and worthwhile there. ICP, man. Okay, here we are. 200 daily moving average. She started with a daily anyway. That's the areas that were okay. And okay, so I've got this horizontal line, diagonal line, and then this diagonal line. There's three areas, but right in here, and the 200 moving average coming in there too. That should be some good support. And we got the 300 crossed over the 800. That should help boost us up a little bit too at some point. It may be a little bit lagging. So I think we got a good chance to actually get a bounce here out, honestly. I'm hoping. I hope we don't come down to 986. That's possible. It's still on the table. But there are some signs on the daily showing that we might get a bounce here at this 11, maybe down as low as 1084 area. Stochastics are buried at the bottom. That's cool. Need to start seeing them come up. The problem that I'm seeing, and with all these altcoins, and when I'm pulling out the bigger moving average, is that we've got this 600 moving average here underneath the 8 on a lot of them on these bigger time frames. And are they going to cross? They don't have to. They could just roll on over and things keep coming down. They're not weighted right. We need this to cross, and it could take months and months for that to happen. So until that does happen, that kind of puts a little weight, sandbags us with our altcoins. I guess that's the best way to say it. Because until I actually see that Lucy go above that 800 moving average, we're just going to be sandbagged on whatever coins are holding that. but there is some hope. There's some strength right there at the 360 moving across it, so that can help pull the 600 one up. Just going to take some time and chop. Yay, that means I'm going to have fun holding ICP on spot margin and paying interest. Thank you.
Hold on, take a breath. If I could, I make me feel less. Something in my brain causes stress.
David says, I'm farming it for its 80 and I'm not trying to save the world. Okay, good. Jackson says Q&T. Well, I did briefly go over that. We got really quick here again. What was she around $93? $91 now. Yeah. Oh, what we got? What? Whoa! What do you got going on here on the daily? I was just talking about the 600 being below the 800 and how that's sandbagging us. We got a cross here. That's actually. Also got a cross of the 200 above the 800. That look bullish now. She faking. Q&T, you are faking. You faking us out. Now she can come down lower. She can, but there's a good chance she's going to bounce back, at least back to these areas right through here of 110 like she normally does. So there might be a good chance to pick some Q&T up at these juicy prices. I want to delete all this mess that we got because, well, we lost our major trend line, so we got to get a new thesis going on here. Let's zoom out on Q&T. I thought you just did this one. Dog, I said it. Right. So we got this area, and it's not a perfect trend line because we got some wicks through there, but yeah, that $78 might come into it. Might. There's still some downward momentum coming for Q&T, but overall, though, I'm fairly confident to say that even if we come down and trust this trend line, we should be okay. So there might be another. I'll have to put that on my 76, huh? All right, baby. I'll set me some orders. I'm looking at setting me some orders in those areas there on my. I've got Q&T on my spot margin strategy too, which I'm gonna do a membership stream. I've been saying that for a week now, but this week, and I'll be going over that, and my first membership stream will probably be me just straightening out my account, going over, and if anybody's interested, you can see how I kind of work that stuff around, and then we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and get an idea what to do in the next membership stream. We'll probably be teaching. I can get back to like coursework or something. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do on members. Keep them like a screen share, I guess, which is much different from what I'm doing here. But maybe talk about some more stuff. I feel more comfortable if I'm going to expose some portfolios to do it on the memberships. Have you checked Gary Snapbot? They launched recently. Did you? How's it going, Disclosure? An SPL? Oh, the Gary bot. No, I haven't heard anything about the Gary bot, but it's on Twitter. So it's a bot that's kind of like the Unibot thing for Uni or something. So Gary's got a bot that does something for it. Or no, I really don't know anything about it, but I like that idea. I think I saw Joe looking at this earlier on his stream today, and I just noticed, man, there's so much sell pressure. It makes me think that there's some kind of release of coins, and it's like as soon as something's released, like they're sold off immediately or something. I remember Gary's being a Web3 social platform is best I can remember. I'm not a Gary expert. I would say that you are probably the expert on what all this coin does and everything. Much more than I am anyway. But I can look at the charts. She is wanting to come down a little bit more though, dude. And we're below, on the weekly here. Oh wow. And we're below the 9, the 50, and the 21. Finding support on this, that's cool, but when this 9 crosses that 50, that will more than likely give us a nice little push down to this next level, about 1.6 cents. Now, it doesn't have to, but I'm saying, looks like there's a good chance of that coming. The good thing about it is this 886 fib level here at 1.6, 1.5 cents is noted to be a really good area for price to turn around. I mean, I know the 786 is too, but like this is usually the last one. Anything lower than this, we're flirting with this 127 area down here. And we can't go to negative 0.008, so I would lean that we'll probably see a little bit more action at 1.6 than we will at the 0.0008 negative. So that wasn't funny at all. Still in a falling channel, which is can be bullish. The other situation that we could be looking at is if for some reason we get suddenly bullish and we reclaim that 9 and it does a U-turn there, because we're in a channel, we could be at this point of decline here. And where we could be getting ready to try to break out. Now, whether it's going to be successful in that, I don't know. There is that red cloud, a little bit of green chiming in, so might have that. Moving averages do suggest, though, that she might see that 1.6 cents area. So let's take a look at the dailies under the 9. I would be leaning towards 16 now, seeing that. And under the 5100 and yeah, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like 1.6 is a little bit more likely. Now, does the Gary bot, does it have a ticker too? Do they have their own coin or anything, or is that just something? I really know nothing about that. Let's take a look at XLM. Oh, did you really? Wow. But we're looking for about 9.5 cents, and it looks like, wow, man. Looks like it's finally starting to happen. Here's where, one month time frame, I'm on the 4-hour time frame here. Bigger time frames tell me a lot more for the momentum. I trust the bigger time frames more than I do the smaller ones. I like the 4-hour. This one I usually use a lot. But still, we want to see what's going on in the daily. Here on the 4-hour, man, it's moving averages are getting attacked here. Now, both of these are headed down, but this one, smaller moving average, did cross over, so that is technically bullish, and it needs to be, because that will help us make a pullback here at some point, and I would say these areas might come into play for about 12 cents when it does. Maybe not, but just 360 getting ready to cross over both of those. Now, that's not going to be good for the shorter term. But we're on the 4-hour, and price is not going to get too far away from that 9 moving average. And then that starts getting a little, or how far is too far? And by that, you just got to pretty much eyeball it from the past, but unless you want to bring in another moving average strategy, which would just confuse everybody here. And we can also, how do I want to do it? We can also do a fib. Swing high, or swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and it's kind of suggesting this little eye right here. And that's what I'm rocking with. I'm looking at, matter of fact, let me copy this little guy. Now, we took the measurement from this swing low to that swing high, and that means that this should be the bottom for this move right here in this area. It could come a little bit lower. We could get down as far as 99. This 1.382 area. But usually this 1272 will take care of it. She's already found a little resistance. She already found a little bump off the 113. Now, maybe she's already started making a comeback here. Is there a trend line that might suggest that? Actually, there is. All right, and so I'm calling for with this, but she may have already made it, or for her start. Cool. So I'm liking that. Well, I didn't expect it to drop down to 10 cents. Makes me kind of wish that it's not. You've got too many coins already. Yeah, but it's XLM and they're in with all the, you know they're going to do something with. There's a part of me that wants to have a bag of XLM just because, well, that's what the big guys are going with. The ones that are trying to control everything behind the scenes and do all their stuff with it. Yeah, they're like this one, so it's probably going to make some money if they're in it. It's just taking a little while. Tied in with USDC, I wouldn't put it off the radar, man. I know it's an old coin. I know XRP and XLM and everything's getting a lot of flack. But you better believe those globalists have got a freaking plan, and they are going to use blockchain. They're going to have private blockchain, but they're also going to take advantage of some of these decentralized things. Hell, they may have even made some of them. Who knows? Don't get jaded. So that's the daily. Let's take a look at the 1 hour here, since we're starting to drop. That looks like a strong move. All right, so it's got a good chance to bounce, but if it doesn't, man, I am looking. I do like that 1272 here at 10 cents. BNB looks like a big, long, boring wave 4. I thought we ran through that. I was doing just running through some of the top coins earlier. 587. So it looks like what? A long, boring wave 4. Let's see. I hadn't thought of it in that terms. I don't think I did. Well, Elliott Wave seems to agree with you. The indicator does. We got a what? An ABC, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's looking for a pullback to the 382 at 475. Wow. And then here we're looking at a possible 5-way. And that's valid too. That's actually how I would be looking at it for the short term. But she hasn't, usually they'll come up with an ABC on that one too, huh? So. Yeah, there's some confluence down here. This is another one of my spot margin plays too. The only thing that is that, man, she's not looking bearish at all up here, though. Look at the 9 moving average, and it's curving up. It's like they got duck lips. That could be interesting, but it could easily dump in here. I don't like the cloud being so thick, but we're not really close to it. The closer we get to the cloud, the more nervous I am about jumping into it and being spit down on the bottom. But man, it's got a chance. It's got a chance to do a big breakout and just continue. But by the wave count, it really shouldn't, right? If the wave counts are right. But Elliott is a little subjective there. What else can we get? And the 100 could cross the 360, 200 still under there. 100 just crossed the 200. That's actually bullish. I mean, really, they're all stacked up perfect. I mean, I don't see anything bearish at all here on the 3-day. One day, we just got the 360 crossing the 800, and This is actually looking bullish to me. It looks like it could be. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope it does go bullish. I hope it doesn't come back all the way back down. But it could, yeah. I mean, there's a legitimate argument that it's you know, either wave 5 or a wave 4, like you said, coming, or a long wave 4. It could be Gordon Ellie wave. It could be definitely coming down, but it could also just be under your rack up to. And we had a measure move for this flag there. It got up to 862. I hope that would be cool, but. What say ye? Moving averages here. You leaving us hanging. They ain't gonna tell us nothing. And 3-day looks. Oh yeah, I remember. She's kind of rounding out a little bit there, but still coming down. Well, if she goes cheaper, I'm buying more, and if she takes off, then I'm taking a little profit up there. But it is possible. Ooh. This triangle was more of a symmetrical type, and I don't really trust those. But I think when we looked at it earlier, we talked about, you know, if it does break down, it'd make a perfect Bart Simpson. So a little too early to call, but to me, she's looking bullish. And here's another sign that I'm seeing is kind of bullish. And I'm on the daily. This, where the Ichimoku cloud, it got a little bitty speck of red there, and then it flipped back green again, and it's small. That's another thing that's making me suspect that she may be getting ready to do a sneak move and blast to the upside. I know it sounds crazy, and it goes against Elliott Wave. It goes totally against that, but that's what some of these other things are saying. So I guess we have to see what plays out. See if Elliott wins again. Or if the moving averages. And all the other little things. I like what I just got some bearish bullish potentials here, especially being above that trend line. I'm liking that. But see her break back in the trend line, and then yeah, you can be, yeah, we're screwed. Or probably if we're looking something a lot worse. But so I guess a line in the sand would be that trend line there. What about 526? Start coming. Oh man, if I broke this trend line here, I'd be worried about that. That's at what, 557? It looks like she wanted to rock up from there. I don't. Grimmer says, Euler, please. EUL. Euler, 536, right? There's a big wick. What gets wicked often gets candlesticks, and seems impossible at the time when you're sitting there looking at that. You've been going to trade. You're like, oh, I missed it. And then patient. This market requires a lot of patience. Testing my patience. At least we're not down in the dumps as far as we were a couple weeks ago. That was hard. But yeah, we came above that. What a wild looking formation. She's rounding, so I like that. Trying to figure out how I want to look at that, how I want to attack this one. I mean, yeah, we got our trend lines and everything, but I just want. Oh, let's do our trend lines. She looks like she's up to something, and I want to figure it out. It's a mystery I must solve.
You love you a real one. Pull up when the shift done. Roll out, let me feel some. I just wanna feel some. Fall through, let me feel some. We spot for the brown eyes. And the low lights glowing on you.
Do you tell me anything?
Spin a block on the downside.
Have you got on? Oh, well, I guess you'd be there, wouldn't you?
I'm him to the gravestone. Church say 6, I'm a ghost son. God. You let her post for the camera. I like you better than candles. You left the city that gave you the head on your shoulder. You got a advantage point. Jump on my line when it's PM, I give it the stamina. You fell in love with potential before me, somebody that left you for damage, huh? Well, bless your heart. Hey.
Hey.
Protect your heart. Sit down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I make that mine. Hold on, take my time, take my time, take my time, take my time.
I do like this one.
Hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I make that mine. Hold on, take my time.
Or I like this fib pull. All right, so
Say so when I make that mine. Hold on, let me take my time. Drop low when I'm outside. Life will turn out how you make it. Bet I make you feel amazing. Pressing up against that body, turn you to somebody, to me, let me face it. Pretty soul, I make a face. How did I go from a stranger to someone you hit up when you need a favor? Drop low on occasion. And I bless that heart. 10 down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I make that mine. Hold on, let me take my time.
speaking of, I'm not missing anything weird there. 850 looks like it could come in and play there. Looks like we're in this channel that we're going to be bouncing around in for a little bit.
Down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I
That's what I see short term anyway. It's kind of wild. We really need to get above 980 and this kind of clear this area and hold it to really. We need a higher high. We got a lower low. We need to cancel this and get a higher high. I hope it'd be great to get a low 13, but we can be a little forgiving on the wicks there. But man, and that's on the daily. Now if I come down to the 4 hour, oh, this looks cool. I like that. I like that. I like the 200. 200 might get bearish and cross negatively over here. It might. And we just treat it like we did the 9 moving average when it does that. It's just a little wiggly. When it comes to putting the 200 against these bigger time frames, it's like comparing the 9 to the 21 and the 50 on the ones we normally look at. We take those off of there so they don't confuse anybody anymore. Finding support on the 200 moving average on the 4. That's cool. 50's up there. I like what I'm seeing here. I don't like that we lost this. We didn't lose that. Oh, good. That's awesome. I thought we. It looked like we lost. That's what I thought I was going to get was this trend line. And we do have that, and that you can keep an eye on that for resistance too. Probably right up here about $6 where we were before. But cool. So we bounced off that trend line. A little iffy to define what channel that we're in, but just an idea I like to try to do with that to see where they come down. Give me a little confidence for this area up here at 713 too. Possibly. MACD looks like she might want to flip bullish, but a little bit of divergence there. That's cool. No, should get a bounce here. I don't know how strong it will be, but I would look to at least come up and try to retest this area at 635 and nothing else. But it looks like you're getting a start. Cool. Jackson, where should I buy QNT? As cheap as it goes, man. I'm wondering if I want to keep buying QNT because it looks like she's coming back down to this $84, $88, $84 area. So for me, for this leg, I would be looking at these areas 89.8, 86.4, and a possibility of $73. Just going by this swing low to that swing high should be able to, let me tighten it up, should be able to give us the information we need. Yeah, that's good. And you should actually see price do something at each of these levels if it touches it, whether it bounces or just hangs out there for a minute. You suck, QNT. I can't believe you went under $100 on me again. What happened to this cup and handle to the upside? Cup and handle turned out to be a double top. Q&T, you're doing it, aren't you? Oh, man. Now we got a roof over our head. We got to blast this. So we're going to have a headache over here. 12-hour chart. We're going to have a headache over at 115 and everything. One of these days, I'm hoping that this is going to be worth the, you know, all the patience that I've had to deal with it, because I've not been impressed with the price action of Q&T at all. Except for when it was around $50. That was cool. I like that. But since then, no. She's just been, You better do something big, Q&T, or I will find you. Mr. Miles says, I've been seeing a few random people creating brand new accounts just to promote Gary. That's a big red flag for me. Now, that would be a red flag for me, too. Those wicks are just plain scary. Hey, MG Motorsports, how's it going? When people create accounts specifically for that, it's a big concern, like they're using a burner account. Sam says, Proppy looks like it's handling the dip well. But, I did a video on Gary's. I had to seen something in it, and I bought a little bag of it. I don't have a huge bag of it. But, before we get over there, let me just look at the scores on Gary. I think we've done this before, right? I wouldn't do a video just to be doing a video. Ooh, she's got a strong sell on Trader right now. On Investor, she's pretty much neutral. $9 million market cap. That's small. And okay, valuation grade. She's very undervalued. I mean, she's got some good scores here. I'm sure that's what qualified this for my video. And I've got some of this too. This was live stream. World's largest Web3 audio. So it sounds so. If creators are getting paid in these tokens for what they do, that's what I'm seeing on the chart. It looks like they're getting paid and then just cashing out real quick. That's why you're getting those wicks. And I mean, the same thing kind of happened with Library Coin too. I used to hang around on that one. I actually used to use that. And you would see sell-offs every once in a while for library credits too. So interesting. Interesting is a good use for blockchain and everything. I'm not against that at all. But that just might be one of the things, the natures of the beast is where, you know, if people are getting paid in this coin, well, there's people going, they're going to take profit eventually. At some point. And a lot of them, not just as soon as they get paid, it's out. Kind of like some miners who just mine their coins and selling off instead of trying to hold on to them for extra value. People played all different ways there. I still like the project. I just keep an eye on it. But I have to wonder, you know, if that's what the setup is on there. I mean, how much... It's probably not going to be like the top investment coin because it's actually got such a use case that, well, that will be the constant sell pressure. So it will have a purpose. It will have its fluctuations, but it's not like, you know, the one that's going to like 100x or anything. I doubt people will be wanting to use that platform if the token costs too much for them to use, to buy, to tip people, or however that they do use it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just me speaking, and just from what I can gather, I haven't, you know, and remember from the video that I had, but I am not you know, I can't tell you all the details about Gary, so I'm not talking bad about it at all. But some of these projects, some things will actually be utility, and they may not be as profitable as you would see for some other project. We'll just have to find out. Jam looks juicy to me, says Sam. I haven't heard that one in a while. I remember when she was hot, people were talking about it all the time. Let's see, here it is on KuCoin. Ooh. Oh, looky there. Did you nail a target? Did you? Can anyone tell me what target that might be? I'm willing to bet that's a 236, baby. Of which one? This one right here. This. Is is that? Oh, that's a moving average. Okay. That's not a wick, is it? So from, we dropped and then this was the first high we had. So swing high to swing low. Tell me where prices needs to go, and it needed to go there, and sure enough, it did to the 236 Fibonacci. Coolio. And that's where we got the targets here. 0.011 and 0.014 since there. So she's still in her accumulation zones. Now we can also fine tune this. Now look at this one. We go down to that next one. Let's zoom in. Did we come close to nailing it, or am I off? Let me make sure I'm right on it. Okay, you look right on it. And the bottoms actually looks like the bottoms need to come down a little bit. That looks good. So the second wick, right at it. Well, actually, the actual second wick nailed it. This one right here, and then there were two others that came just a little bit below. So, might this be a good method to actually find target? Yeah, it works. Here's another one. Did it get anything? The 236 got that real congested area, but it also nailed this over here. Let's drop down to this one. What did the 0236 nail on this one? Fibs are awesome, dudes. Well, now we got these top ranges in there. So we're just playing with our fibs in public. That's all we're doing. So let's take our current high. Let's take our low to our high here. We're touching down on the 786 area. I like that. Is there a sign that we can go lower? There is, but will we do it? If we do, I would see us coming up for a retest and then dropping back down. That could happen, and that would be this area at 0.000766 something there. I'll mark that line. So that could happen, or it doesn't have to. You could also do a fake out and get back above this trend line, and then that's what would be awesome. That would be what I'd want to see. That happens, then boom, we're ready to shoot up and hopefully make a new higher high. I would hope to see somewhere around here at 0.0058. And then that would give us our kind of a rounded bottom with our little megaphone battery that usually shows up. So I would like to see this, and there's a chance that could happen. I like that because 200 moving average. We're under it now, sure, but we got the 100 up there to help pull us up. 50 still up there, even though it crossed over. It hasn't crossed the 200 yet on the daily. And it may not if we get bullish and start regaining our ground, because we are at a bouncy point here at 786. So Jam, yeah, I kind of like it. It's at a scary, iffy, risky place right now, but I like it. I would play it. Shoot. I like these. I like it. Get to the scary places, man. That's usually the best buys that you can get. For real, for real. Not saying jump in, but I'm saying just, look and see if something comes out over here. We start seeing because I mean, you can control your risk reward ratio. So if you even got in now, oh, I don't like that stop loss. That's too much. So I'm on the daily. There's a chance that is she below the 9? She might dip down a little bit, but I like that you can kind of control your risk a little bit better here, and that gets you a better risk reward. And even that's just what I look at. The safe way would be to, the patient player would wait to get back above the 200 and make sure we cross back in here. And even that's kind of risky, but then you can put tight stop losses. But when I see things like that, I get interested, even though I got some various possibilities on the my moving averages. It's also got some bullish possibilities for just being a big old nasty fake out. So definitely worth keeping on the radar, because if it's a fake out, man, she's going to do awesome. The line in the sand would be if it makes a lower low. So we do not want to see it go below 0.001 at all. Or 0.00109 actually. Where this low's over here, we don't want to see it make a lower low. So if she does start coming down a little bit more, that would be the sign that it's going to get nasty if she breaks that. I don't know if she's going to make it down there.
My friends say, get out of your comfort zone. It's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home. Your name is written.
Disclosure, crypto says nobody that it's just a Gary Snip buy sell bot like Bonk bot and others bot on Solana and after. Okay.
Remember you want me. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something.
All right, guys. Well, the time is now 11:52. Let's take one more look over here at Bitcoin, see what she's doing. She's at 61,096. Jump in here to the 1 minute. Did you come? Did you nail my little green box? She tapped my box, man. She came down and tapped my box and left. I don't know how to take that. You guys ever get your box tapped and then they just run off? Do you call later? I mean, what? Let's take it to the wicks there. She got a little bit more that she could still go and still not technically be broken out. But carry it to the wicks, man. She's flirting, breaking a trend line there. Interesting on Bitcoin. Interesting on Bitcoin now. Let's take one last look at as of now, she is still showing some very good signs. Yeah, I know she could be a bear flag coming down to the down. I know, but this trend line right here, we're respecting that as hell. And as long as we're above that trend line and not breaking below it, I'm thinking, man, we got a chance to come up, and they may be faking us out. And this is coming back to the whole Wyckoff reaccumulation theory, which is really starting to resemble here. I'm not going to let them fake me out. I'm keeping my eyes closed on Bitcoin. Still looking for some signs that they might be faking us out. So I'm not in a hurry to sell. Just got my eyes open, being vigilant, not doing anything crazy, managing my risk, trying to be safe, ride it through all this little stuff. And it may take a month or two, man. And man, this may be trying us for another month or two. We may, and if anything, it drives home the feelings that, man, next time I want to take more profit. I should have took more profit. That's usually what we feel like when we come down to these areas and we don't have as much dry powder as we could have. Guys, straight safe, stay wise. I'll be back tomorrow. I might do an earlier stream tomorrow. During the day, who knows? I might do a surprise one. Thanks for hanging out with me. And let's see what they're going to do. It's going to be a volatile week. Remember, the news will be coming out for Bitcoin. So, man, just batten down the hatches is what I got to say. And you might be able to find some good deals in there. We'll keep our eyes open for it. Right now, just stay safe and stay in the game. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. God bless you.
is groovy and you'd like to show your support, well, there are a few things that you can do. Find that like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel, and